Hello everybody and welcome to episode 6 of the Flight Sim Historian. Today we are focusing on the Piper J-3 Cub, quite possibly the most famous general aviation aircraft of all time. Now the J-3 was first flown sometime in the year 1938, with roughly 20,000 of them being built between 1938 and 1947. At a cost of roughly $1,000 to $2,000 at the time. It was the 9th most produced aircraft of all time. The aircraft was powered by a single Continental A65 air-cooled horizontally opposed four-cylinder piston engine, generating about 65 horsepower. The empty weight of the aircraft is roughly 750 pounds, with a maximum takeoff weight of 1,220 pounds. The aircraft's maximum speed is 87 miles per hour, with a range of 220 miles and a service ceiling of 11,500 feet. It was co-designed by Clarence Gilbert Taylor and Walter Germano, usually designated L4 in military service. Military operators of the Piper Cub included Brazil, South Korea, Paraguay, the United Kingdom, and the USA, among countless others. Now, the J-3 that we are using today is the default FSX and FSX Team Edition J-3 Cub, as I do not have the funding to be able to afford the A2A or the Flight Replicas version right now. So, default it is. I think the default model is modeled rather well. The sounds could be better, and the flight dynamics are a little bit off, but other than that, it's pretty good. Now we're going to take a look at the ailerons. Ailerons are working. Elevators are working. Rudder is working. Now the J-3, being such a slow aircraft and such a cheap airplane, it wasn't built with flaps. Although some of the later Cub variants, like the Super Cub, were equipped with them. Alright, let's take a look inside. And the inside is modeled a little bit Spartan. Not much to see in here. So without further ado, I think we're going to start up the engine. And now the engine is running. We are going to call for air traffic control, permission to taxi to takeoff.
Medium ground, Piper, November, Charlie, 77583 with Bravo. Request taxi for takeoff, straight out departure. Piper, November, Charlie, 77583. Taxi to and hold short of runway 34. Reaching taxiway Alpha 6, Alpha. Contact tower 118.3. Ready. Taxi to and hold short runway 34. Reaching taxiway Alpha 6, Alpha. Piper 583.
Yeah, I suck at taxiing the Cub. Please ignore the amateur general aviation pilot.
Tower, Piper, November, November, Charlie 77583, cleared for takeoff, runway 34, straight out departure approved. Cleared for takeoff, runway 34, Piper 583.
Alright, we are clear for takeoff. I'm going to bring the throttle up to 100%. RPM is up to 2,000. And we got some serious wind. Just took off with a 10-knot crosswind. But we are now airborne.
You are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
We are at 50 knots, 55 knots. $60 knots, 1,500 feet roughly.
Sim Tower, American Pacific 5652, permitted to go. Runway 34, IFR, Delta 6. American Pacific 5652, cleared for takeoff. Runway 34. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 34, American Pacific 5652.
Altitude 1,700 feet, speed 55 knots. I'm about to attempt something that you can't do in real life in this area anymore. I'm going to land at the Saginaw Airfield, which has been defunct and paved over for housing development over the past 10 years. Which is probably about how long it's been since FSX was released, so that's normal. There's a few airfields that aren't there anymore. Alright, bringing the throttle back. Altitude is 2,000 feet and dropping. We are at 60 knots.
American Pacific 5652. Contact regional departure on 135.975. 135.975. American Pacific 5652.
50 knots and 1,500 feet. I think I'm going to do a touch and go. Now, if my memory serves me correctly, the stall speed of this aircraft is something like 40 knots. So I'm not flying much higher than stall speed right now. At 47 knots. And I am getting ready to line up on runway 36, if my memory serves me correctly. I think that counts. I'm gonna climb up, see if I can get into the pattern at Hicks. Because the pattern at Saginaw is a bit screwy at the moment. Pittsfield is up the way a bit. I'm doing still about 44 knots and gaining altitude. This airplane's not very fast in the wind. Still got a 10 knot wind blowing out of 296. And I am at 348, 340, 344. I'm surprised I haven't got a radio transmission from Meacham telling me to change my frequency. Odd.
You are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Speak of the devil.
Tower, H November 025. Traffic, November, Charlie 77583 is on final, runway 32, to land. Tango 67, traffic, November, Charlie 77583 is 4 miles southeast, 1,900, inbound to land, runway 32.
66 knots and 1,900 feet to bring the throttle back. Still a few miles away from Hicks. Now, the real life Hicks has a really nice restaurant called The Beacon. I highly recommend that restaurant for the proverbial $100 hamburger. We are at 40 knots and 1,400 feet. Gonna bring it into Hicks for landing.
Tango 67, traffic, November, Charlie 77583 is 2 miles southeast, 1,500, inbound to land, runway 32.
Wind is 296 at 10 knots. My speed is 50 knots. Altitude is 1,200 feet and dropping. Wind is 297 at 10 knots now. Gonna make its mind up. Alright, I'll line up better on the runway. That's the trouble I have with some of these general aviation aircraft, especially the tail draggers. Once you get them up, they never want to come back down. Okay, I'm at 1,000 feet, 44 knots. Winds out of 295 at 10 knots. Bring the throttle up. Trying to get this aircraft lined up, but the wind is being a royal pain. Alright, I can see the windsock there. Engine is back to idle, 44 knots, 900 feet and dropping. She's a floater, that one.